Well, hey everybody, it's Steve and Caleb, and we're here just talking a little bit. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
And, people are worried about, some of the things that they hear on the news, and yet we've got to, we get up every day and we do what we do, and we're helping families and things like that. And so I think, agents have some concerns. Will this affect our business? Homeowners have some concerns. Are we going to be able to sell? Are we going to be able to buy if we want to, some people have been in the process a long time, right? And now they're wondering, well, should we wait? What is the timing of this whole thing? And obviously we don't take the health thing lightly or flippantly, right?
Yeah, we want to have a real estate conversation.
Yeah.
We want to have our businesses conversation. And we want everybody else to take the health, with the coronavirus, take the health very seriously. Take the health of your family, the safety of your family, and that side. And this is a very serious thing going on. And but for the sake of this conversation, we're going to park that off to the side, and we're just going to talk business, and we're going to talk Keller Williams. We're going to talk about our real estate community and the people that are looking. Our customers are going to be looking at our agents. Our agents are going to be looking with us, and we're looking at Keller Williams. Like, we're just looking at, what's the best information? What's the best things that we can do in our businesses right now?
I think really what we want to do is we just want to keep moving forward. Yeah, there are these other things going on, but we've got home values are through the roof, right? Interest rates are historically low, which creates a really good market for both sides. I mean, there's really a lot of demand on both sides right now.
Absolutely. Opportunity. I encourage people to look for opportunity in this moment, right? Warren Buffett says that when everybody else is fearful, that's when you get greedy, right? And when everybody else is greedy, that's when you get fearful. And right now there's a lot of fear going around, and this is the time to look for opportunities to help people.
Yeah, 100%. I spoke with quite a number of our agents yesterday, and I mean, literally over the weekend, just a banner weekend for people.
Super busy, yeah.
Oh yeah, incredible. And so, the market is strong regardless, right? And even if you look at the economy, okay, so we know that there are programs that are going to be coming about that are going to pump funds back into the economy to help that a bit. But I believe, Caleb, no matter what, you can't put 300 million Americans in a box for very long and tell them don't spend any money. Right? And when this passes, which it will, because everything passes, I believe the economy is just going to come roaring back. And like you said, the time to act is now, so that you're in a position to take advantage of that when things go back up.
Yeah, and I said this in an earlier video that we did. This reminds us. So like just looking back on the last two downturns, so 2008 and 2001. 2008 was caused by housing. Housing was at the center of it, and it took us a super long time to recover. Housing was the kind of like the catalyst, right? It was at the heart of it. 2001 was caused by September 11th. So recovery after that, so September 11th happened. By November and December, we were already seeing signs of recovery. To me, this feels a lot more like 2001 than 2008. We have external forces 100%. Putting pressure on our real estate, and our people just need to stay cautious and keep doing business as usual. It's weird to say this right now, but I'm actually excited. It's weird to say it because I'm not excited about the health side of it. We've parked that for this conversation, but I'm excited for the fact that the cards are being reshuffled and we have a new game to play. And that's where we do our best. Like, our agents do the best when the cards, they're entrepreneurs.
Oh yeah.
They live for this. And they just gotta get out there and do it,
Yeah, I remember going back all the way. Now, you don't remember this, but I remember waking up in October in 1987. I had opened my first big real business in June of that year. And 4 months later, we woke up to what they called Black Monday. It wasn't a shopping day. It was like a total market crash, and people were just freaking out. And we did exactly what you're saying. We stayed the course, and we stayed on our plan, and we worked real hard.
You just keep going from it. I was one.
26 months later, we were debt-free, had everything paid off,
Yeah.
and a lot of people actually did go out of business during that time because they stopped everything.
Yeah, they kind of went,
Yeah.
and they just held their breath.
Yeah.
Right.
And we picked up the market share.
You picked up the market share. You just kept going. You kept doing your business. You kept going for it. And there's this really cool quote written on my wall. Somebody really smart said it, and probably was you. Fear.
I sneak in there late at night, and I write stuff on his wall.
Right on my wall.
All the time. Last night even.
Right, and it says when I make fear-based decisions, I either oppress myself or I oppress others.
Yeah.
So I challenge people right now to think with logic. Think with logic with their businesses. Think with logic with what that next step is going to be for your real estate business. And when things like this are going on, emotion is really, really high. And typically when emotion is high, logic is low.
Right.
And what we want our people to focus on right now is logically, does this make sense?
Yeah.
Right? And what does make sense? I see some of our people doing virtual open houses, FaceTime showings.
Well, it's really great because we've had this tech conversation for 2 years now.
Right.
And we're going to get there, and we're going to get there, and I think we just got pushed over
Yeah,
the cliff.
we have no choice now. We have no choice.
A little bit,
yeah,
right?
exactly. We're a virtual brokerage, just
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as of this morning.
Yes, exactly. And you know what though? We're going to keep rolling with it.
Sure.
People ask me, "Am I worried?" I'm not worried. I'm not worried.
Yeah, there's nothing to worry about.
I'm worried that some of our people aren't as prepared as I think we are as an organization, and we want to help them. So if people in our world, I would say, don't feel as confident, maybe as our conversation is as we are, that I think they should reach out to us. I think
Right.
they should reach out to a leadership member, say, hey, I really need help right now. We have a lot of people willing to help out during this time because it is changing.
Yeah, I met with Clay Terry last night for an hour and a half, and we game planned out just a whole bunch of cool stuff for all of our agents, beginning with the most experienced agents and the most productive agents. And there are a lot of people that really stand to gain right now.
Absolutely.
A lot of them are in this building.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So we're going to continue business as usual. I shouldn't say it quite like that. We're going to continue business.
Yeah, like in my other video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's business as usual. If you consider business as usual, taking everything you know and standing it on
Yeah,
its head.
changing everything.
Yeah, other than that, business as usual.
Right. We're going to keep buying and selling houses. How we do that is completely changed.
Yeah.
And
But it's good.
it's good.
It's
Yeah,
good,
it is good.
right? We don't want to be doing things the way they were done in 1950,
Right.
right?
Right.
I mean, we continue to grow, we continue to change, we continue to make things better, and we continue to lead. And really, that's what it's all about. We're not reacting to anything right now. We're looking at the situation saying, what do our people need? What does our organization need? And then we're leading in that direction, and that pulls people along that need to come along.
What do you think is the worst decision, Steve? Maybe a real estate professional, real estate team owner. What's like a really poor decision you think somebody could make right now?
Right now, I think that the worst decision that they could make was just resting on their laurels and thinking, hey, I've been doing this a long time. Don't talk to me, all right? I know what I'm doing, right? The game has changed. The game has changed considerably. And it's great to be on the leading edge of that. I think about some of these small brokerages. We met with a small brokerage last week. And gosh, Keller Williams spent $46 million in the last 52 weeks on technology. And then because of the scale of that, right, everybody kicks in a few bucks every month. When you've got 180,000 people kicking in a little bit every month, there's some cash flow there.
Right.
How does a small brokerage compete with that? And
Right.
the answer is, of course, they can't.
Right.
And so I think a lot of people are beginning to recognize that, and they're not quite sure what to do. One of the agents that I met with last week said to me, he said, "Is this real? Is this really real?"
Sure.
And so we drew it out on the board over there for him, and in fact, he's the one that reached out to you on Facebook. You had forwarded that message to me.
Sure.
Yeah. So and that's a big producer too.
Sure.
He's one of the biggest producers in that area.
That's great.
Right.
That's great. What about preparing for the future? What do you think are some things that our people can do to prepare for the future, or steps they should be taking?
Well, I think the first thing that all agents should do, whether they're looking ahead a year or a career, they have to get in business. There is a really big difference between being great at real estate sales and owning a real estate business.
Right.
Right. I mean, you have no question about that in your life, right? You could sell. You know, I could sell, but owning a business is a totally different skill set. And I think that one of the things I'm so excited about with Keller Williams is I believe that this is the place where real estate businesses are built. Right? And we talk about careers worth having and, you know, businesses worth owning. There are a lot of places that those agents are not business owners at all. I talked to an agent within the last week or two, a large business, didn't have a P&L.
Sure.
Now, if you have no idea where your money's going and no idea really where it's coming from, what are the chances that you can duplicate that? What are the chances that you can make good decisions as far as what I'm going to keep doing, or what I'm going to expand doing, or what I'm going to stop doing altogether?
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I always tell people the greatest thing that they could do for themselves, for their real estate business, is put you together, put yourself together. What I mean by that is that they should spend time on trying to figure out who they need to become in order to use their business to get them where they want to go.
Yeah, 100%, and I love that, Caleb. For a few decades already, I've taught the concept of when decision making is so simple. You look and say, well, does this decision get me where I want to go or toward it? If so, okay, we can move that direction. Does it take me away from it? We just axe it, right? Is it neutral? Well, then there's probably something better to do. But then we take it one step further to your concept that you just mentioned, and when you make decisions, you can just ask yourself, well, okay, who do I want to be like? Who's the person I want to be? What's the impact I want to have? What would that person do in my situation? And then that can be the decision.
Yep.
I'm reading Atomic Habits right now. It's a fabulous book. And they even talk about just something as simple as, well, you want to be a healthy person. So you walk into a buffet and you look at it and you say, what would a healthy person eat right now, right? I know what I'm thinking about. What would a healthy person do right now? And the decisions become really simple. And that's that way in business too.
Right.
Right? You just ask, well, if I wanted to have your business, well, what decisions would I make, right? Right now, you and I, you're coaching me on some of those things right now, right?
Right.
And it's, you always say, well, you take advice from people who are where you want to be, right? I think that there's a lot of people in real estate that it's like, I'm running that way. Not sure where I'm going. Not sure what's going to happen when I get there, but I'm going. I'm going pretty fast. I'm working pretty hard, right? I might not get where I want to be. And I think that they need to take a look and say, what is excellence? What is best practices? What do the leaders do? And then I'm going to do that.
Yeah,
right?
they take that. They remove themselves from their business and look at it. Absolutely.
Well, thanks, Caleb.
Yeah, well, thanks, Steve.
Yeah, this is really helpful, and I hope you've enjoyed it too. You know, there are a lot of things going on right now, but the truth of the matter is there's always a lot of things going on. And what really matters is good leadership, and that comes from you in your business. And we just want to help you and support you in that. So Caleb and I are going to have more of these conversations as time goes on, right?
Absolutely.
If you've got questions, go ahead and forward those to us. Forward them to a member of the leadership team or to your ALC, and we'll discuss those things. And we appreciate you guys. We love you, and look forward to talking to you soon.